All right, good Sunday evening, everyone. Just wanted to do one last update with you all here live on our socials just before the newscast tonight at 10, just to really give you some idea of what's happening tonight. We've got another fire up of the storms, as kind of expected here, getting closer to 9 o'clock. And you can see kind of on radar right now, those orange boxes, those are the severe thunderstorm warnings. They're not currently in our viewing area, but we're really picking up the lightning here over the last half hour or so. So we still do have a risk for severe weather as we head through the overnight hours tonight and into tomorrow as well. So keep staying weather aware as we get over the next 24 hours or so. That's when the severe risk really ends, is tomorrow night. So if you're joining us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, definitely don't be afraid to say hi in the comments. I love chatting with you all about how your day has been. Oh, my hair is a mess. It has been a busy day for me today. So if you're chatting on Facebook, if you're here anywhere, just definitely come and say hi in the comments, and we can chat about what's kind of going on for the rest of tonight into tomorrow. So good evening, everyone. That is me. Okay, yeah. So if you're joining us on Facebook anywhere, definitely come and say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're at, how you're doing, how your life is living. We're starting to see some more fire up with the storms. We had a little bit of a break this afternoon, but then we really are starting to see the storms fire up again. We've got this stalled out front that's over top of us that just continues to give us this unsettled pattern, and it's really not going anywhere until about tomorrow night. So we've got a little bit, not another, I wouldn't say 24 hours, maybe 20 hours of the potential for some more severe storms. Hi, Lakitha. Hi, Mrs. Kita. How are you all? Hi, Corinne. Happy Sunday to you all. So let's break down really what's new and what's happening right now. So these areas, these are severe thunderstorms that are beginning to approach our area over near LaGrange. Thomaston right now, you're getting hit with a lot of that lightning in Upson County. Also in Butts County, definitely hearing a lot of that thunder and lightning that is currently out there. And every time you hear one of those little dings, that's our chat where we get to talk to the National Weather Service and if there's any kind of updates with things. So we did have the one tornado warning this morning that was in Milledgeville. We don't have any warnings out for our viewing area right now, but we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that's in place for really areas west of Macon right now. And remember the difference between a watch and a warning. When the watches are set in place, that means the conditions are favorable for severe storms to be forming. So we do have a lot of that lightning, especially in Upson County and Butts County right now. So Jasper, Putz, Monroe, Lamar, Upson, Crawford, and Taylor counties, you're all in a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m. This means we could see the formation of a few severe thunderstorms. The primary threat will be for winds gusting up to 50 to 60 miles per hour. We are seeing a lot of hail with these storms as the updrafts are very strong, so we could see good-sized hail if we get the really strong updrafts, and then we could have an isolated tornado as well, besides the heavy thunder and lightning and the torrential downpours of rain. So not quite done with the severe weather yet, as we're kind of still getting that heavy downpour of rain. And it has been really a wet day, especially for areas north and west of Macon, as we do now have an excessive rainfall outlook. This red here is the moderate category. So that's when we're able to see numerous amounts of there being flash flooding. There were reports of being a lot of ponding on the roads, especially through Lamar County, as they've gotten almost, I think, about 5 inches of rain for some people that are reporting out of the county. So it's been really a wet day today, and it's going to be wet through tonight and into tomorrow as you're heading to work as well. So let me catch up with some of these highs. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Hi, Mary. Hi, Holly. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Dorothy. And hi, Harriet. Thank you all so much for tuning in as well. So nice to be chatting with you all. Hope you're having a great Sunday night. But we aren't kind of done with the storms quite yet, so don't let your guard down yet. So let's time this out for you over the next few hours. So as you're heading to work tomorrow, I definitely would take the rain gear. It's still going to be a wet commute and really another pretty stormy and unsettled day. So this is at midnight. Some of those storms continue to move off to the north that are really in our western counties, but another line appears to be congealing, and that'll be moving through the overnight hours. Let me add a little stop in here. So this is 2 a.m. That line continues to move through areas through Houston and Macon-Bibb County, really getting that heavy downpour around 2 a.m. You might hear some rumbles of thunder that could wake you up. Make sure, especially while you're sleeping, you have a way to get some warnings on your phone just in case if there are any tornado warnings. You definitely want to be actively being kind of aware of that in case if there is one over your area so that you can take shelter. This is at 5 a.m. but really before the sun comes up, we still have that pretty torrential rain. It's going to be not everyone gets the rain, but it's still pretty hit or miss, and we'll still probably hear quite a few lightning strikes and rumbles of thunder. Heading back to work tomorrow morning, it's kind of the setup that we had this morning. Areas making a northward, getting that torrential downpours of rain. So as you're heading out the door, I would take the rain gear with you because the roads will probably be wet if it's not already raining kind of in the morning hours as you're heading out the door. It's not going to be necessarily cold outside, but it's still going to be a wet morning. This is 10. Mostly another line that moves through. We're just getting a lot of hit over and over and over with the rain. That's why we kind of have that excessive rainfall outlook. By 5 o'clock tomorrow, we're heading home from work. The front probably moves out, and then we're dry as we head really into the late hours Monday and into Tuesday. So we've got about another 20 hours of there being kind of this risk for heavy downpours and severe storms over the next 20 hours. So not quite done with it all yet. Hi, Steve and Judy. How are you? Hi, David. Thanks for updating us. I've got you. I know it's been such a horrible day. We did kind of have some dry periods this afternoon, but they're starting to fire up once again. Hi, Sherry. Thank you. You too. Hi, Latasha. So let's go back on the radar one more time. Kind of move in maybe on street level. So here's the severe thunderstorm warning. It's a little bit north and west of Upson County, but Thomaston, just north of Thomaston along state or around 19, getting that torrential downpour, those heavy lightning strikes. This is going to continue to move off just south of Barnesville through Lamar County, then probably over to Forsyth as well as it crosses over 75. Culloden getting hit with more of that moderate heavy downpours right now too. So really areas west of Macon right now, you could be seeing a severe thunderstorm until 1 a.m. as we have the severe thunderstorm watch that's in place. Let's move to a few different areas on the radar as well. Move up a little bit farther to the north. So Jackson, Butts County, also getting that heavy downpour along 75. Those lightning strikes that are out there. Saw that really storm. Watch this right here. Boom, that's a little fast. Let me see if I can slow that down for you. Watch that storm really fire up. This is already in slow, very slow. Let's make it a little bit slower. Look at that storm really fire up just north of Jasper County. Right there, that lightning that kind of popped up, it fizzled out a little bit. So north of Shady Dale and Monticello, still getting some of that heavy downpours as well. A few lightning strikes for you. So these storms are moving west to east. So you may hear a few rumbles of thunder that could wake you up in the middle of the night. And any of these storms could turn severe as well. It seems on the radar, we are picking up a little bit, so we might be having some light drizzle and making maybe a few kind of spits out here. And luckily at this time, our area is not under a tornado watch. Remember, again, the difference between watches and warnings. The watch is when conditions are favorable for tornadoes, but a warning is when it's actually imminent or occurring. So that was a new thunderstorm warning or severe thunderstorm warning that they just issued for portions of Alabama and on the Georgia line. Let me see, I hope I didn't delete it out of my thing. I might have deleted it. Oh no, it's right here. I was like, that would have been inconvenient. So this is the tornado watches. None of Georgia is under the tornado watch. Most of the severe threat tonight should stay west in terms of tornadoes, but we still could see an isolated one. It's not out of the question that we see a tornado through the overnight hours. So really we've got another 20 hours or so left of the severe activity and the unsettled pattern until we dry out Monday evening and into Tuesday as well. If you're just joining us on Facebook, still don't be afraid to say hi and hello. I love chatting with you all as well. Hi, Kimberly. Please keep everyone and everywhere in these areas safe under your wings. I got you. Hi, Jamie. No problem. Yeah, we'll still have the update on the news tonight at 10. I also went out to Milledgeville this afternoon after the tornado warning was down earlier in the morning, and there was an observed tornado on the ground. There was quite a lot of damage out there in Milledgeville. And I kind of filmed a little package for the show tonight. So you'll be able to see kind of the damage out there and kind of some of the residents' reactions to all that. There was a few cars that were actually completely covered by trees. I posted a few pictures on my socials as well, on my Facebook and the Twitter, of just cars that were completely covered by trees that had collapsed and uprooted. Some windows were broken, and it was just really not great out there. I tried to get into the Adrian Navicent Hospital there in Baldwin County, but they wouldn't let me into the area. Apparently the hospital had some damage on the third floor, and I wanted to get some shots of that, but they were just not letting anyone in. And it was just kind of unfortunate. So I don't have any of that. But hi, Joyce. How are you? What's your weather looking like? I will check in just one moment. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Stasia. How are you? Hi, Laura. All right, so let's look out for Crawford County right now. The storms are continuing to move from west to east. So in Crawford County, right now you're getting hit with some light rain out there. No rumbles of thunder moving through Roberta and Musella. We're getting a little bit of that light rain out here. We're not seeing the reds or the oranges on radar for you, and it's kind of continuing to exit. So you might get a little bit of a dry spell here over the next hour or so as we get ready for the 10 o'clock news. But really the heavy downpours right now are in Upson County and Lamar counties. Everyone else really kind of along the line of Macon and northward, just getting either some light rain or more of those heavier downpours. So we will continue to watch as these storms continue to lift north and east, because one or two of these storms, I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of turns into a severe thunderstorm if it keeps held together. That's a lot of lightning strikes there. I wonder if it's actually throwing up any hail that's just about to move into Lamar County. So let's go through that thunderstorm to see how this one is kind of impacting us. I'm also hearing a few dings on my chat room just to see if there's any new updates. So let's check to see if this storm is producing any hail. The radar is saying that it is producing some hail. It doesn't look to be the biggest hail I've ever seen. Let's see if I can query it to see just about how large that is. It's about half an inch, so about a quarter size hail. I think that is for half an inch. So this is just what the radar is indicating. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's falling, but they're seeing some indications of hail that's falling just north of Thomaston. So this is definitely a powerful storm. I think this has to reach upwards of an inch in order to become a severe thunderstorm, or if the winds have to pick up strong enough in order for that to happen as well. But that is definitely a powerful storm that's moving through northern Upson County and heading into Barnesville and Lamar County. Forsyth, you might even be on the kind of tail end of all that strong lightning and heavy downpours as that continues to move north and eastward. I think there's probably an update. A strong thunderstorm will impact portions of southeastern Pike, Upson, Lamar counties through 9. It doesn't say how fast that one is moving. Oh, yes, it does. 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, pea-sized hail, and frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. So definitely a strong storm that's moving pretty quickly, 50 miles per hour north and east. That's moving through Upson and into Lamar County. So if you live in Barnesville, you might get hit with this heavy downpours, frequent lightning, potentially pea-sized hail as well. That's moving through the area. Let me go back to Facebook to see how everyone's doing. No hail, North Upson County right now, just a lot of rain. Well, that's some good news, definitely. Thank you, Elizabeth, for that. Definitely getting hit with a lot of that lightning strikes. I'm sure you're hearing the thunder right now because the radar is really showing a lot of the lightning strikes out. So let's go back onto the radar. Yeah, definitely getting a lot of that lightning strike just north of, what was that? Let's see what that was. Oh, there it goes. Severe thunderstorm. So that was perfect timing. I wondered if this was going to turn into a severe thunderstorm. Okay, so this is a severe thunderstorm warning that's in place for portions of Lamar, Monroe, and Upson counties. This stays into effect until 9:15. The winds are up to about 60 miles per hour, and the hail is now reporting about an inch-size hail in some areas. And then this does come with a tornado possible tag. So this means we could be seeing the storm begin to rotate. So we will be keeping a close eye on this, as I'm probably going to be staying here on the Facebook Live for at least a little bit longer while this storm is in place. Let's go ahead and look at our velocity. Now, when we show our velocity here, this is able to really dive into the wind structure of the storm. I am seeing a little bit of rotation still in this, so this could potentially become a tornado warning here very shortly. Let me go tell people in the back right now that I might be getting a tornado warning. Okay, yeah, so let me show you exactly what's kind of going on here. So when we get this, these are the wind structures in the storm. We have the green, that's the wind moving towards the radar site. And when you have the red, that's the winds going away from the radar site. So when they're right next to each other, it creates that pinwheel effect. When the one's going one way, one's going the opposite, and it spins the atmosphere and creates rotation. This is showing some some strong signs of rotation. That bright green right here and the red right next to it. There are a few kind of notches, so this is a kind of a broader area of rotation, but just to the northeast of Thomaston, that looks like some strong areas of rotation. There comes our latest radar scan that just comes in. Still seeing the bright greens right next to that red. So that's some strong signs of rotation that's in the atmosphere. So this could turn into a tornado warning here shortly, because this does come with a tornado possible tag, which if this does turn into a tornado warning, I'm going to have to call Master Control and get us on the air so that we can do that. Maybe let me go grab a little bit of a water. Do I have that in here? I do. Talking for a while really dries out your mouth, especially when you have severe weather here going on and you're talking for hours at a time. It really can be quite the mouth drying event. So bear with me here as I take a little drink of water. Okay, thank you. Okay, so yeah, we're watching the storm pretty closely right now, moving through northern Upson County into Lamar County, just north of Thomaston. There is some signs of rotation on the radar. This is not a tornado warning, but we are seeing some signs. Could be a possibility of a rotating storm right now. So just keeping an eye on the storm, especially because this could really be a thing. Let's go back and look at the hail. Yeah, so we're seeing a little bit of hail still pop up on the radar as well. Go ahead and try to query this to see how large the size. Still saying about a ½ inch. So still see the radar indicated portion from the National Weather Service is saying about an inch size hail. So that's about like a $50 size kind of amount of hail, or a kind of size of hail. See if I can get a few more pings here to get a different size. That's still a ½ inch. Okay. So interesting. Yeah, but this is definitely a storm that we need to watch carefully because we are seeing this is a very powerful storm just north of Thomaston, McKinney, The Rock, Hannah's Mill, kind of all into the path of the really strongest area in the storm right now. Here's State Route 36, 19, and this is all part of a severe thunderstorm warning that is now in place for you, and this is moving quickly north and east. So let me track this out as it continues to move up to the north and east. How fast was this moving? So this was moving at 60. This is the winds at 60 miles per hour. I think it was moving about 50 miles per hour when it said that before. It's not saying it on this. So let's kind of still track this out to move about 50 miles per hour. And then it's going to move to the north and east. Okay. There is kind of a strong rotating storm right here, so we could be seeing a tornado warning momentarily. There's not one right now.
Any idea how long it may last?
Probably for at least half an hour, but if it goes over into the 10, like that's not really a problem. We'll just kind of keep it going, and I'll just stay on the air if there's more warnings. So it's not really going to be a huge issue. Arena's doing all the work to produce the show. Imagine if it's just the warnings the whole time. Okay. So this is kind of us over the next 25 minutes or so. Moving over to the north and east. So The Rock, 8:53, you're getting hit with that heavy downpours really right now as well. Redbone at 9:03. Barnesville kind of can get hit with this as well around 9:03 or so. Collier, 9:10. Forsyth, 9:15. So this is heading quickly to the north and east. Could be hitting I-75 here in around 25 minutes or so. So really, this is the strong storm to keep an eye on right now. So it's got that heavy lightning, that torrential blinding rain. They got the hail, and we've got the potential for some rotation. Right now, we're kind of still on the iffy side if this could be actually touching down on the ground, or if anything is actually rotating in the storm, but it does look like there are some signatures. So we're going to continue to stay with that storm very closely. So let's go back into a wider view, showing you kind of see what's happening on radar. So these storms are moving too quickly to the north and east. Most of the severe weather is still going to be out over Alabama, but we do have that one severe storm. It's moving through Upson counties into Lamar and Monroe counties here shortly. Let me kind of time lapse this over the last hour. Show you where the storms are kind of going. So areas really south and east of Macon, you're not really getting hit with anything. Dublin, Sandersville, Wrightsville, Warner Robins, maybe you're getting hit with a little bit of light rain, maybe a sprinkle or two, not too much. And this area has already been hit pretty hard today, this morning as well. So could be some area potential for some flooding as well. Still getting a lot of lightning as well in northern Butts and Jasper County, north of Monticello. Still getting a lot of lightning strikes. So let me go back onto the Facebook to see how everyone's doing. Hi, Sally. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. Yeah, a lot of some strong storms out. So let's go ahead. Since there's really not too much happening, I really kind of do want to focus on this one storm that's moving through. Let's go back onto our wind structure to see if there's that potential for the rotation. So there is still some pretty like minor signs of the rotation. Remember, when you have the greens, that's the winds moving towards the radar. The red is moving away. So when they're right next to each other, that creates that pinwheel effect. It is a rather broad area of rotation that's kind of stretching a little bit farther down. So it's not that exactly that tight coupling of the winds, but this could easily kind of break off and then turn right down and spin into a tornado. So this is definitely a very close eye. They are starting to monitor that broad rotation in Upson County, okay? So it is definitely an area of kind of broad rotation. Let's look at our shear tracker. So the shear tracker, it kind of shows that area between the red and the greens. That's when you get them right next to each other. That is the gate-to-gate shear. When you get that kind of the winds moving in opposite direction, that's known as wind shear. So this kind of maps it out for us to show that there is the potential for some rotation still out here. It's a broad area. This is not a tornado warning, but the storm is kind of having some signs of rotation. So definitely keeping an eye on that. The rock getting that heavy downpour right now. You're kind of still in the crosshairs of this big storm, moving literally along State Route 36 to the north and east. Redbone also could be seeing that heavy downpour. And a lot of that thing, we're getting a lot of little updates here. People reporting storm damage. Yeah, if you know anyone in this area as well, definitely don't be afraid to give them a quick call. Say you've got a pretty strong storm, definitely be monitoring this. And this is still the severe thunderstorm warning that's currently out. So let's kind of give you that again. So inside of this polygon here, this is for the severe thunderstorm warning in place for Lamar, Monroe, and Upson counties. Pike County is not into our viewing area, but this is in place until 9:15. So this is as we get towards closer to 9:15 for Scythe, you are inside of this severe thunderstorm warning. This will be approaching I-75. So if this continues to hold, then we could be seeing that there could be heading your way. Barnesville really in the path of the storm. High Falls State Park is heading towards 75 into Monroe County here over the next 20 minutes. Also, when we're looking for signs of rotation, especially on the reflectivity like we have here, you want that kind of notching. It's a little hard to see because it's completely rain wrapped in here. There's no kind of there's no area of dry. It's mostly just all rain right now. So if there is a tornado, it's going to be rain wrapped, but we're kind of looking for a hook. We've got a little bit of a hook moving through here right now, just east of the rock. When you get that hook on the radar, that means kind of the rain is wrapping around the rotation. So still kind of seeing some areas. This is definitely a powerful storm that we're keeping a very close eye on here, because this could easily turn into a storm with some pretty strong rotation. Let's go back and look at the hail again. This is quite a powerful storm. This is still reporting about almost a half inch of hail that's still moving through. So the rock, you might be getting hit with some of that hail. That can definitely cause some damage, as well as the winds gusting up to about 60 miles per hour was reporting on the radar. So this is a pretty powerful storm. Definitely still want to take cover, even though this is a strong storm. This is not a tornado warning, but you still definitely don't want to be outside in this. Even if you're driving along 75 here over the next 25 minutes as the storm continues to push, could really get that blinding rain along 75 if you're headed northwards or southwards through Monroe County. And we do have the potential for more severe storms to be popping up through late tonight. So this is a severe thunderstorm watch that's in place for Taylor, Crawford, Upson, Lamar, Monroe, Butts, and Jasper counties. This goes into effect until 1 a.m. This means that we could be seeing some more severe storms. The conditions are favorable for those areas shaded. So we've got a lot of activity. And even though we've had a lot of storms yesterday, we had a lot of storms this morning, we still have about another 20 hours or so of the potential for severe weather. As you're heading out the door tomorrow morning, you're still going to want to grab really that rain gear. It's still going to be a pretty wet start to the day. The roads are going to be wet. We could still have severe activity in the morning. So don't let your guard down yet in terms of the severe storms. We could be seeing some more of that through the overnight hours tonight into tomorrow morning. And really, we finally dry out as we get towards the end of the workday tomorrow around 5 o'clock, when the rain looks to exit, and then it finally is out of here, because we just have had this front stalled out over top of us, and it's just been unsettled pattern over and over. The storms were able to really fire up. It's pulling in a lot of moisture off the Gulf of Mexico, and that's really giving the energy a lot of juice to be able to create these strong updrafts and to let down the heavy downpours of rain. And when you get those kind of strong winds as well, it's able to spin up a tornado pretty quickly. So it's been a pretty active week, even for the southeast as well. a very strong day. Again, if anyone's in the chat, you have any questions or you kind of just want to chat about how your day is going, definitely don't be afraid to say hello. I love interacting with you all and having a nice little chat. So this is interesting. We predicted the severe thunderstorm warning. We predicted for that when we were talking about it. I wonder if we could predict for the tornado warning as well, if that is going to show up. There is no tornado warning right now. We just have the severe thunderstorm warning for that frequent lightning, heavy downpours, the hail, and the strong winds. Let's go ahead and look at our velocity one more time to see how the updates are coming in. Still seeing a little bit of the coupling between the red and the green. So again, you want you see the greens, the bright greens, that's the winds moving towards the radar site, and the reds are moving away. When you have them right next to each other, that's that shear, that gate-to-gate shear, and creates that pinwheel effect that we can get some rotation potentially in the atmosphere. Now, just because we see this on the radar, that doesn't mean it's touching on the ground. Often the radar site is looking higher in the sky, especially the farther away. The radar is kind of tilted on its axis. So if you start kind of here, the farther you go, the higher it goes up. So the farther you get away from the radar, this doesn't necessarily mean anything is rotating on the ground, but there is some rotation still into this atmosphere or into the storm. It looks like nothing to produce a tornado at the moment, but this is definitely a close storm to keep an eye on just south of the rock right now. So let's go back. Maybe I can zoom on the street to street level to get some of those heavy downpours. This is starting to move into Lamar counties now. Barnesville about to see some of that lightning moving through. This looks to be the heaviest downpours of the rain, really. Here's State Route 36. This is Piedmont Road. That's Yatesville Road. The Rock is down here, still getting a lot of that. Delray, quite a lot of heavy downpours. Delray Road. Here's Redbone's behind me here, and then this is Barnesville, just up to the north, above my head. So quite a lot of downpours that's moving through. And Forsyth, if you are in here, you're in the severe thunderstorm warning as well. The storm is going to move kind of just up here like this, along I-75. And then continue to move up further. So this is the severe thunderstorm. This is in place for another 15 minutes. So we've got that really strong thing. I don't really want to. Okay. Every time you hear one of those little dings, that's my chat room kind of being pinged off. Hello?
Hello.
Are you good?
If you're good.
Yeah, I'm good right now. There's still nothing. But there are some strong storms out at the moment.
Holler for me if you need me.
Yeah, I can call Master Control if we need to.
Okay. Yeah, because you are already popped up, but if I could take any load off of you, just.
I don't know what else you really could do, honestly. But that's okay. Thank you for living.
No problem.
Fix the little hairs there too. Okay. So this was another strong storm that's moving through right now. Besides the severe thunderstorm that's moving into Lamar County and up in towards Monroe County, another really strong storm that's just north of Jackson and Butts County. A lot of that heavy downpours right now, just north into the northwestern portions of Jasper County. Really just north of Jackson, though. Really getting hit with that heavy downpours as well. That frequent lightning. Really an active day here for us. Okay, let's see if this storm is also producing any hail. Seems like it could be producing a little bit of hail. This one is not quite as strong, which makes sense. That's a road name. About less than a ½ inch of hail, potentially. It's not necessarily confirmed, but that's what the radar is indicating. So that could be a little interesting. I think I might try to give myself here a 10-minute break or so. I'm going to leave the live stream on for a little bit. And then if something kind of pops up new, or if there's a tornado warning, I'll come back. But I'm going to give this maybe about 20 minutes to kind of see how it develops. I'm going to leave the stream on so that we can kind of get the big picture. And I won't have to kind of turn this off if I have to come back on. So let me put this on a loop here with it moving slow. Let me do this over the past 2 hours. Oh, that was not the right button. Also, don't forget we have our newscast at 10 o'clock, so I will have more updates then as well. But I'm going to give this about 20 minutes or so, maybe 25 minutes, just to see how these storms are developing. And then I will come back. I'm still hearing a little bit of some stuff. Okay. Nothing at the moment, so let me try to get this text working. I will come back for an update. It's 9:03 right now. Okay. So let's go for 9:25. Let's go for 9:25. I'm just going to leave the stream on. I'm going to let the radar continue to stay on here. So you can keep an eye on the radar with me as well. So, and then I'll come back at 9:25, or if there's any new updates in between then. And then after kind of that last one at 9:25, I'll end the stream and I'll get ready for the 10 o'clock newscast. Just know that we are really keeping an eye still on this one moving through Upson, Lamar into Monroe counties. This still could kind of produce some rotation. It was showing some signs, but it was a little broad. So we're not getting any warnings right now for tornadoes. But just we're keeping a close eye on that. I'm going to let these storms kind of play out here. I get a little rest of my voice. And then I will come back for an update at 9:25. Otherwise, thank you so much for hanging in there. It has been a long day for me. Oh, James, I know. In between the Rock and Thomaston, still a lot of rain and lightning. Thank you, Elizabeth, for that. I don't know why I didn't check the Facebook post. Hi, Sandy. Thundering and lightning east of Upson. Rain is heavy. I'm sure, yes. It has been a long day for me. What will happen with the storm in Thomaston? We're still keeping an eye on that. There is a lot of lightning, still just a severe thunderstorm warning, so might be seeing some hail, some damaging winds, 60 miles per hour. There is the potential for this to be a tornadic storm. This does have a tornado possible tag on it, so we are keeping an eye on that. Lamar, you're definitely getting hit with that bad as well. Hi, Christian. But yes, I'll come back at 9:25 for an update for everything. But for right now, I'm going to kind of give myself a rest with the voice, and I'm going to see how these storms continue to pan out, and I will be back at 9:25, or if there's any new updates along the way. But stick in there and keep an eye on the radar with me, and I'll be right back. Okay, hello everyone. I am back. So some good news. We didn't have a tornado warning that was out with that storm that was moving through Lamar, Upson, and Monroe counties, but it's still a lot of lightning out there. The rotation was just kind of too broad, so it never really was able to spin up into everything. So right now, we don't have any severe storms out for our area, so some good news for that. I can also turn off this little text here. Okay, there we go, perfect. But we still have quite a lot of lightning out over our area. What was that for? Just some storm report stuff. So we're still getting quite a lot of lightning for areas north and west of Macon. So for Scythe, you're still getting a lot of that rain really through Monroe, but in towards Jasper County is getting a lot of that heavy rain. Here's another storm. It's kind of beginning to weaken now. It just was moving. That was the severe thunderstorm. It's kind of weakening, so that's some good news why we don't have that warning out anymore for the severe thunderstorm. Moving through Barnesville, High Falls State Park, just crossing over I-75 right now, but this is congealed into kind of one larger storm stretching all the way from Monticello down through Juliet, Forsyth, down to Culloden as well. So just stay weather aware. We still got another about 20 hours, so 19 hours left of us having a severe weather threat into tomorrow morning. As you're heading out for work, definitely grab the rain gear. It's still going to be wet and soggy parts of the day. If it's not raining, the roads might still be wet, so I just would bring the rain gear with you just in case if we have any of the things out here currently. Hi, Patrick. How are you? We're still waiting for the fun to begin here in Woodstock. Yes, the fun. It has been quite the eventful time. Most of the severe storms are still to our north, so this is some good news. The storms are continuing to move to the south or to the north and east quickly, so we still have the threat for some severe storms, especially for areas and counties west of Macon for us. Oh, okay. For areas west of Macon, we do have the severe thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm watch is in place. The difference between a watch and a warning, when the watch is, that means the storms are favorable for severe storms to be forming. This is really out for Taylor, Crawford, Upson, Lamar, Monroe, Butts, and Jasper counties until 1 a.m. So you might hear a few lightning strikes and rumbles of thunder as you're kind of heading to bed and getting up for work tomorrow morning. Take that rain gear with you. It's going to be a pretty wet day again tomorrow and tonight and into tomorrow. We still do have the risk for severe weather. Damaging winds up to 50 to 60 miles per hour are possible. Hail is still a primary threat, and an isolated tornado or two is still possible really through the next 19 hours as we get the storms continuing to fire up. Hi, Pamela. How are you? I live in a camper. Oh, wow. That can definitely be a scary time, especially with a lot of the storms. I would say the farther east you probably could go, the farther south and east you probably could go is the best option. But I really can't tell you how to live your life. Just definitely I would say the best option is have a way to get the warnings in place so that if there is one over your area, you'll know and kind of be able to take the necessary precautions. Hi, Deborah. Hi, AJ. What's the outlook looking like for Griffin throughout the night? It's going to be pretty stormy for Griffin. That's kind of out of our viewing area, but still going to be pretty stormy for areas in Griffin throughout the night tonight. We'll have the off and on rain throughout most of the evening and especially through tomorrow morning as we're getting ready to head to work as well through daybreak. Through Griffin here. Is that Griffin? Yeah, you're definitely getting hit with some of that lightning right now. It's going to be a pretty stormy night. We might get a few off and on breaks of the rain, but overall, it's going to be that kind of hit or miss storms, especially for areas north and west of Macon. I think you are also into a severe thunderstorm watch until 1 a.m. So, hi, Kenny. What's up the block around Noonan? I can definitely check for you. We're getting some more. Every time you hear one of those little dings, that means that there is kind of something updating in our chat as well. Oh, Noonan, that is definitely up the block. Yeah. Oh, you're in that severe thunderstorm warning just expired for you. You're getting hit with just some rain right now, a little bit of thunder if you're up more towards Whitesburg. But yeah, it's going to be quite an active evening. We do have our show on Fox 24 that's coming up at 10. So since we don't have anything out right now, I'm going to start preparing for the show, but for right now, what to take away is we've got a lot of lightning, especially over Jasper County right now, Butts, Monroe County, Forsyth, right along I-75. You're hearing a lot of the lightning. Mostly everyone else is just getting hit with some rain or nothing down towards Houston County and Perry, Warner Robins, Roberta. Not really getting a lot of that rain right now, but we are continuing to see the threat for severe weather through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning as well. So I will have more updates on Fox 24 here at 10. Hi, Lori. In Dublin tonight, right now you are dry, but you could see a pop-up storm here or there as we get towards the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning as well. So take the rain gear with you as you head out the door tomorrow in case you get some of those storms out as you're heading to work. But I'm going to go ahead and end the Facebook Live here. And I'll have more updates on the newscast at 10. Oh, I pointed down here, like you can see this on my teleprompter here. I can see the time. I can see the time right here. I'm pointing it to like you can see it, but you can't see it. You just kind of see Perry and Montezuma. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream there. We'll have more updates on Fox 24 News at 10. That's coming up in about half an hour. So definitely check in and see kind of what's been happening. I also did a story today about the tornado warning that was earlier in the morning over Milledgeville and some of the damage out there. So you'll be able to see kind of what the damage is like over towards Milledgeville and into Baldwin County. Some of the rivers and streams are flooding as well from all the torrential rain they got. They got quite a lot of damage in that area. So make sure to turn into Fox 24 at 10. Here in about a half an hour, I'll give you some more updates about what the kind of timing will be through the overnight into tomorrow and really what to expect with more of the severe storms. Otherwise, everyone have a great night and I'll see you later.